Hello everyone, you're now with me, Ruben Gomez for TVS News. Now, let's move on to the news. Recently, the shipment of Siemens single-photon emission computed tomography, or SPECT, have arrived at the nuclear department in Sarawak Heart Centre. According to the Minister of Local Government and Housing, Dato Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian, the device will increase the capacity of the departments in supporting cancer services.
With SPECT, cancer patients will no longer need to travel to West Malaysia for treatments. Sim said the standard norm for Ministry of Health MOH is practical for West Malaysians, but it is the opposite for Sarawak due to its sparse population over a large geographical area. SPECT by itself costs about 48.5 million ringgit. It is the third device from 7 other medical equipment that has been approved by MOH for 2020 and 2021. The grand total of expenditure for these 7 equipments is 261 million ringgit.
At the same time, Dato Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian also addressed the need for Sarawak to have its own cancer centre. The discussion was near to finalisation but was dissolved as the federal government shifted power. Sim will be spearheading the third discussion with Prime Minister Dato Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob and Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin.
Sarawak is confident with the leadership of both Ismail and Khairi, the project will be approved. Although discussions will start all over again, Sim said the cancer centre will ultimately remove the need for cancer patients in Sarawak to travel to West Malaysia for cancer treatments. This is of great importance as cancer is the second most prominent disease in Sarawak after heart disease. Sim revealed that cancer treatment is extremely expensive and many will not able to cover the costs even with insurance coverage. He thanked the Chief Minister Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg who offered financial options to the federal government so that Sarawakians can have the best cancer facility locally as soon as possible.
Now, Prime Minister Dato Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob today announced the COVID-19 care package (PPC), which is expected to benefit about 3.6 million B40 households in preparation for the COVID-19 endemic phase. The PPC assistance, totaling more than 471.6 million ringgit, included 4 reusable face masks and 4 COVID-19 self-test kits for each household.
Besides face masks and COVID self-test kits, each family will also be given a pulse oximeter, a thermometer, as well as user guidelines and health brochures. Ismail Sabri said the PPC would be distributed first to recipients of the Bantuan Prihatin Rakyat or BPR who are married. The group includes those who are married with or without children or single parents with children. The Prime Minister added that currently there are 8.4 million BPR recipients.
The government has agreed to administer COVID-19 vaccine booster shots as part of efforts to increase protection among vulnerable groups against the deadly virus. Prime Minister Dato Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said priority will be given to high-risk groups such as healthcare frontliners and immunocompromised patients.
Apart from healthcare frontliners and immunocompromised patients, he said senior citizens with comorbidities and individuals who work or reside at long-term care facilities will also be given priority to receive the booster shots. The Prime Minister reiterated that the booster shots will be administered once the adult population vaccination rate nationwide has surpassed 80%. He further explained that a panel of medical and health experts is developing guidelines to administer these booster shots. Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin announced that the COVID-19 booster shots are expected to be administered from early October.
Welcome to Take Me to Sarawak, the travel show that takes you on a journey for great food, culture, and meeting interesting people in little-known places. Follow me as I rediscover my homeland. Every Sunday, 9:30 p.m. only on TVS Channel 122 Astro and MyTV. Arang kita rawan! Terkepung
Hai, selalu tengok Karen menyanyi saja kan? Kali ini saya nak cuba baca berita pula. Jangan lupa saksikan Inspirasi TVS. Pelbagai cerita yang menginspirasikan akan saya kongsikan kepada anda. Bersama saya Kira Libau pada hari Sabtu dan Ahad ini jam 8.35 malam hanya di TVS saluran 122 Astro dan My TV. Okey, kita sambung lagi. Maya tua berbeda.
I believe that if anyone has the longing to explore a new experience and craft in life, one must take that chances and see where it leads you. You may excel, and you may also hit the wall in the process, but the lessons learned will be the greatest teacher. Let the Miriam and Sarawakian have more healthier bread in bakery.
Welcome back. Labuan and some parts of Sabah will be experiencing heavy downpour from tomorrow until Tuesday. According to the Malaysian Meteorological Department, the downpour will affect the entire island of Labuan and the interiors of Sipitang, Tenom, Kuala Penyu and Beaufort, apart from the west coast and Kudat. As the nation prepares to enter the endemic phase, current developments show that there are still new COVID-19 clusters being detected among certain sectors. As a result of the society becoming complacent and failed to observe SOPs, Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz said the public must remain vigilant and continue to adhere to standard operating procedures when the government reopens more sectors.
Kita dah macam okey, back to normal, tak payah lagi dah nak follow SOP. Kita dapat lihat even dari segi sosial juga, aktiviti-aktiviti sosial ramai juga yang macam dah lupa.
At the same time, Tengku Zafrul said the Finance Ministry was open to helping those economically impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, adding that for the first time in the nation's history, the ministry had issued a pre-budget statement (PBS) for budget 2022. He said the people have also been given the opportunity to engage with ministry officials virtually and in writing, while public consultation papers are issued for experts' in-depth views.
Jadi itulah dua fokus kita untuk membantu rakyat dan juga membantu perniagaan buat masa terdekat ini dan juga membuat perancangan untuk tahun 2020 supaya negara kita pulih semula. Ya, kita agak optimistik. Kita dapat lihat fokus ataupun unjuran IMF dan World Bank untuk Malaysia tahun depan adalah agak positif.
Besides this, Tengku Zafrul, who is also PPN Coordinating Minister, said PPN is a dynamic plan that uses current data for decisions to be brought to the National Security Council (MKN) and the Pandemic Management Committee. Commenting further, he said where decisions are concerned, PPN uses the latest reports not only sourced within Malaysia but also internationally.
Only about 1.8% of the adult population remains to be vaccinated against COVID-19 for Malaysia to achieve the 80% herd immunity for adults. As of Saturday, 78.2% of the country's adult population have been fully vaccinated.
This month, the vaccination rate was much higher in certain states as efforts are focused on states which still have low vaccination rates, namely Kelantan, Pahang, Kedah, Perak and Sabah. The vaccination coverage in most states is on track, especially in Sarawak, Labuan and in the Klang Valley covering Selangor, Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya. However, it did not mean that vaccination efforts were being slowed down, adding that instead, it was mainly focused on certain states and areas, including groups inadvertently left out. The daily vaccination rate recorded yesterday was 232,559 doses, with the highest number of doses administered in Sabah, Johor and the Klang Valley. On vaccination involving persons with disabilities, PWD, Dr. Adam said, according to data from the COVID-19 Immunization Task Force, CITF, a total of 517,447 out of 575,564 PWDs, or 89.9%, had received at least one dose. Meanwhile, 401,425 of them have been fully vaccinated, covering 69.74% of PWDs registered for the COVID-19 vaccine.
Private employment agencies that are registered with the Ministry of Human Resources are advised not to make any statements or advertisements that mislead employers on the entry of foreign maids into the country. It is generally known that the majority of foreign maids in the country are from Indonesia. As of now, the ministry was still in negotiations with the Republic to finalize a Memorandum of Understanding MOU on the recruitment of Indonesian domestic helpers PDI, which had expired on May 30th, 2016.
As of August 2021, there were a total of 92,481 foreign maids in the country, and of this number, 64,181 were PDI recruitment. Any decision to bring in foreign workers, including foreign maids, would be announced by the government after discussion with the National Security Council, MKN, Human Resources Ministry, Home Affairs Ministry, Health Ministry, and the relevant ministries.
Now, all private kindergartens in states under Phases 1 and 2 of the National Recovery Plan, PPN, can finally resume operation. The relaxation to allowed operation of kindergartens from last Friday includes all private kindergartens and kindergartens at private schools, international schools and expatriate schools that are registered with the Ministry of Education, MOE.
MOE explained that the operation of these kindergartens is subject to classroom capacity with the required physical distancing. Earlier, as announced by Prime Minister Dato' Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, the relaxations of COVID-19 prevention standard operating procedures of the PPN for several sectors also informed that kindergartens, nurseries, daycare centers and mental development centers are allowed to reopen in states under Phase 1 and 2 of the PPN.
Well, that concludes TVS News at 5. Remember, for the Nightline, 11:30 p.m. with me again, Ruben Gomez. Anytime, anywhere.